The Mouse's Wedding, Nezumi no yomeiri. Once, long ago, there was a rich mouse who lived in a big storehouse. He had more than enough rice and wheat and beans to eat and wanted for nothing. And he had a pretty daughter with big black eyes named Chuko. One day, a mouse named Chukichi, who lived in a little back alley, came to visit the mouse family. Chukichi said, "Father Mouse, please let me marry your daughter." Father Mouse was a bit arrogant. "What? Let you marry my daughter? Why, that's ridiculous. You're wasting my time. She's going to marry the mightiest creature in the world." "Not a mouse," Chukichi said. "But Father Mouse, I will work very hard." "Oh," said Father Mouse, "I'll hear nothing of it now. Be on your way." When Chukichi left, Father Mouse quickly changed into his best kimono. Father Mouse said, "Why, I'll never let Chukichi marry my precious daughter. She's going to marry the mightiest creature in the world. And we all know that the mightiest creature in the world is Mr. Sun, don't we, Mother Mouse?" Mother Mouse said, "Oh, why, of course. Everyone knows that he is the mightiest. If he weren't here, the world would be in darkness." "That's right," said Father Mouse. "Well, I'm off to see Mr. Sun. I'll be back soon." So Father Mouse went out. Father Mouse found Mr. Sun and politely said, "Good day, Mr. Sun. I came to talk to you about something. I want my daughter to marry the mightiest creature in the world. Since you alone have the power to bring light to our world, I would like you to marry her." Mr. Sun said, "Marry your daughter? You see that cloud coming this way?" Mr. Sun said, "He is the mightiest creature in the world." Father Mouse said, "Really? Why?" Mr. Sun said, "Well, you see, I am covered by Mr. Cloud sometimes. I cannot shine, and the world becomes as dark as if it were covered by a thick blanket." Father Mouse was a bit embarrassed. Oh, I see. Then I must go and talk to Mr. Cloud." Father Mouse said, "Mr. Cloud, may I have a word with you?" Mr. Cloud said, "What would you like, Father Mouse?" "Oh, you see, Mr. Cloud, I have a daughter, Chuko, and she is very precious to me. I want her to marry the mightiest creature in the world. Mr. Sun has suggested you." "Please let her be your bride." "Oh, well, thank you, Father Mouse. I appreciate the honor, but there is someone in the world mightier than I, you know." Mr. Mouse said, "Is that possible? Who could that be?" "Look, he's blowing over this way right now. Don't you feel it?" Father Mouse was surprised to see that Mr. Cloud was being pushed so easily in all directions. "Mr. Cloud, you're moving away from me. Don't go." "I can't help it. Mr. Wind is too strong. You see, he is the mightiest creature in the world." Father Mouse was surprised. "Really? Even mightier than you?" Mr. Cloud said, "Yes. Can't you see how easily he can blow me away? Goodbye, Father Mouse." Father Mouse had to speak loudly over the wind. Mr. Wind, please stop blowing for a minute and listen to me. Mr. Wind said, what in the world could a mouse want to talk to me about? Sir, you're the mightiest creature in the world, and I want my daughter to marry you. Mr. Wind said, me, the mightiest creature in the world? Oh, don't you know there is someone in the world mightier than I? Father Mouse said, who could that possibly be, Mr. Wind? Mr. Wind said, it's Mr. Wall. He certainly stands up to me. I can huff and puff, but I can't blow him down. I have to say that Mr. Wall is the strongest and the mightiest. He is the one you want. Really? Mr. Wall, you say? Yes, Mr. Wall. So Father Mouse scurried over to where Mr. Wall lived. Father Mouse was a bit apologetic. Mr. Wall, I've known you for a long time, but never realised until now that you are the mightiest creature in the world. Mr. Wall was puzzled. What are you talking about? What makes you think I'm so mighty? Well, Father Mouse said, you're mighty with Mr. Wind, aren't you? He told me that you were so strong and so mighty that he could not budge you one bit. You see, Mr. Wall, I've talked to Mr. Sun and Mr. Cloud as well as Mr. Wind, and since you seem to be the mightiest of all, would you do me the honour of marrying my precious daughter? Mr. Wall said, Father Mouse, that's very amusing. But have you looked at me? Have you looked at me very closely? Don't you know there is someone mightier than I? What's over here? And who made it? Who was mighty enough to bore a hole right through me and to make this hole? Father Mouse said, who? Mr. Wall said, who can chew a big hole in me and then walk right in? Why, only a mouse like you. So truly, you mice are the mightiest and strongest in the world. Father Mouse almost fell over in surprise. Today is the wedding day of Chukichi and Chuko. Chukichi is dressed in formal clothes, and Chuko is wearing a bride's headdress and a beautiful kimono. They exchange special cups of rice wine in the wedding ceremony. Father Mouse and Mother Mouse are very happy and squeak their delight. After all, a mighty mouse was the best bridegroom for their daughter. The end.